Yeah, I'm just talking about what happened to me one time. I don't know if I'm gonna upload this or not, or if I'm gonna download it or not. Well, anyway, I was living in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and I met this girl on the street. I used to pay her to clean up my house, and she decorated it quite nicely. And she had a friend who was a shrimper. Well, the shrimper was a girl who had a son who she had custody of, and she didn't have a place for the child to stay. So we had worked out separate sleeping arrangements in my apartment for myself and her son, and a two-bedroom apartment with a couch in it. So I went with this girl I had met on the street to her sister's house to pick up $20, and I was mugged in the parking lot, and I injured my back speeding out of the parking lot. Went to the police station, reported it. They told me to go home and wait for them to come over, and they hear the report. And uh, so they brought me to the hospital because I had a cut on my ear and I had tetanus. And they opened the door to the car, opened the door to the hospital. I walked in, and they left. And I walked up to this guy standing there. He said, and I thought he was like a nursing assistant, and it turned out he was a security guard. He told me to go stand in the entrance foyer and wait. I told him I was looking for admissions. And the gate on the admissions window was closed. So anyway, I went to, like he said, waited in the entrance foyer, and four big guys hit me from all directions, and brought me into a room and slammed me down on a bed, and this nurse or doctor gave me a shot in the butt. And they took me up into this psych ward where I sat for 2 minutes, 2 weeks. Well, they took me up into this psych ward where I sat for 2 weeks without seeing a doctor, without a diagnosis, without any medication, without a chart. There were no other patients on the ward. It must have been a commitment ward for the county in the Singing River Hospital. And there was a nurse there, 24 hours, 3 shifts, 3 8-hour shifts. And I ate and slept and bathed. And the doctor came in and said, well, we're going to let you go. I guess they were waiting. I said, well, I guess you ought to because I haven't been admitted yet. And so anyway, I guess they was waiting for the papers to come, the commitment papers to come, and they never came. So I went home, and an Air Force intelligence officer had moved in downstairs with his wife in the apartment building I was living at, and he saw me in the apartment, going in and out of the apartment, and said that the girl had been pounding on the door every day for 2 weeks. And I guess she gave up, and I never saw her again. And then I was in the apartment, and the burner to the stove turned on automatically, and I called the fire department, because I couldn't find the breaker switch, which the fire department told me was behind the bathroom door. And they were looking at me like I was crazy when I was telling them this. They had a broken glass pot top on the stove where it heated up and cracked, and the stove came on when the fire department was there, and they said, well, tell the manager to call us tomorrow. And then I decided to move, and I told the Air Force intelligence officer that he ought to read the sign on the wall in the office that says, if any 2 or 3 girls are found or talking to any man through an open window in the parking lot after 10 o'clock, there'll be 30 girls out on the street. I guess it was a Ku Klux Klan bordello or something. Well, anyway, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, and